everyone, I am back with another video from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. We are still working on this ginormous page, but that's fine. It's been quite fun actually. I think it was quite daunting to start with, but once I got into it, I was fine with it. And we're going to probably, where am I going to go today? Probably our treasure. Let's have a go with that. So let's come in a little closer. Hopefully look a little bit less glary. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Let's just try and get everything shot. There we go. I'm not doing the unicorn picture. I still don't know what I'm doing with that, so I'm going to procrastinate and do the treasure. There is such a mixture of things. I'm trying to think of, you know, should I do all the coins? Should I do all the gems? Should I do what? How should I go? I think what I'll do as I work through these smaller items and to do gem, coin, that sort of thing. I mean, what's that? I don't know. So we sort of might have to make some of it up as we go along. I've just noticed here I've missed some red. But anyway, I'm going to start with this gemstone. I just sort of move through it bit by bit and hopefully it'll all start to make sense, at least to me. That'll be helpful, won't it? So let's start with the dark phthalo green. Here we go, we're using Polychromos again, and we're just going to do this one here, and we're going to go, I think we'll start here and fade up. On the next one we'll fade across. Sorry, I'm trying to put my hand in a place so it's not going to blur it. It's a bit tricky. Come up from the bottom here. I was going to do some cleaning this afternoon, and I got carried away with a little task on my computer, and then I needed to come and do this. What a shame! Now I'm not going to put the white in yet, I'll do all that at the end, but I will put in the black, I think. I'm just going to, where's my sharpener? Who's eaten my sharpener? Here it is. So here is the black, and we'll just put some in some of the sort of a few edges, just a few areas. There we go. Now here, this very corner, can you see it's sort of the inside of our chest? I'm thinking maybe that will be the same colour as the lid, but I can't remember what colour that was, so I'm just going to have a look. I think we did it last time, that's the wrong thing. Here we go. I'm just going to have a little look. Was it light? It wasn't light cadmium red, was it? Deep red. Maybe it was light cadmium red. Deep. I don't know. No, it was. Which is a deep red? That one. No, that was probably these and these. Maybe. Swap the browns. Dark red, I think it was dark red. Yeah, so let's do this dark red bit, this in this corner. That's right, because I'm making it a little bit darker, and I'm going to do here, look. Now this one I'm doing in a circular motion because I remember that's what I was doing with the red in there. See, there might be a bit in there. And here, but maybe it'd be dark. I think I'll leave that alone now. Right, let's do this next gemstone. I know where I'm at. I feel more comfortable doing that. I'm going to use a really dark blue, I think. Although we've got a blue necklace there, here. I'm going to use the indanthrene blue. Ooh, trying to sharpen it in the wrong hole of the sharpener. Good start. Here we go, indanthrene blue, and now we've got this face here. I think I'll start at the bottom, and this one I'll start at the top but go sort of diagonal like that. Don't know why. This one up from the bottom just for a bit of difference, and across from. My son is just talking to himself next door. It distracted me somewhat. And now the black. And I'm just going to emphasize some of these corners really. You might not want to bother. There we go. Now we have a few coins coming through here and round here and maybe here. I don't know. So let's grab a green gold. I can't remember. Did I do the coins in one colour, two colours? Does it matter? Probably not. I'm kicking something under the desk there. Green gold. So let's do this one. So as I've done before with coins, a little bit darker on the edge, fade towards the middle. I'm going to make it a bit darker on this side, a bit lighter up there just because of the angle, and then fill that bit in a bit too. That one. Now there's something under here. I'm going to make that sort of shiny gold too, like that. And then this one I'm going to do a silver. Now I think I might use the cold grey 3 for that. Here he is. Undo this one here. I think it's going to be easier for me to, I prefer in a way to do all of one colour at one time. I find it a bit quicker, but I think it's going to be easier for me to work methodically across our chest rather than, I mean, I'll do a silver one here, but then I'll, oh here, I'm going to make this one silver, but I will then go back to the other colour. Now what's going on in here? Is this a bit of a silver coin here maybe? Like that. But maybe that's a bit of red. So I'm going to go for my dark red. Put a little bit of red in there. Like that. And then I'm going to grab my green gold and make this little bit in here gold. Like that. Now they don't necessarily look like coins, but I hope that sort of little glint just makes it look like there's some sort of treasure buried in there. And here, I'm thinking the lightest bit might be right at the top here. I am really cold. I might have to go and get some slippers in a minute. Now here, maybe there's something there. Maybe that's the top edge like that. But this gap here, I don't really want to do it red, as I don't think we'd be seeing through to the bottom of the box. I think that was a bit of a mistake, to be honest. I'm going to just put a bit of, sorry, cold grey 3 in there, and then make this one silvery as well. And we are going to have coins of the same colour touching each other, but I think that would happen. You know, it's going to be quite unrealistic otherwise. I'll make this one silver here. Now I'm thinking that all this might be the base of this cup, going all the way down to there. So I'm going to sort of ignore that. I'm going to grab my green gold and do this coin here. Yeah, it's still August and yet it feels like slippers and jumper weather, which is rather nice. Shh. I do enjoy a cool weather. As you know, I can do this one in gold too. Like that, and then this one down here. I know I'm dotting about a little bit, but I'm trying to still, we'll do this one now. I think we need something really bright because we've got a lot of the same colours here. So I'm thinking a really bright pink. What's this one? What's it called? This one. The middle purple pink. It's very pinky purpley. I think it'll be good. I'm just going to sharpen it because we've got some quite fine areas here. This bit here, for example. I'm just going to really make it very intense down there and then fade it off to there, like that. We'll do this one in the other direction. It's really dark here, and then it's less there. And that one down there. Now this face, I think I'm going to make it dark here. we'll be putting some white in these, all of these after. As I say, I'm going to leave that till last, or else I'm going to be smudging it all and it's going to be quite disjointed. We've got a crown. Now, I'm wondering whether to do that now because we've got so many other metallics. No, I think I'll leave it because what I can do is I can make it slightly coppery or a different shade of gold or pewter or something a little bit different to these colours. So maybe I will just leave it. I think I'll head back to my cold grey 3 and do some more silver coins here. Oops. Now, I haven't done any black on that middle purple pink gemstone. I'm going to do this one silver too. I'm thinking, do I do some black? Yeah, I will. Sorry, back and forth, a little bit disorganised. I'm feeling a bit scatty today. It's been a bit of a bitty day. I had to nip into town and do something and do a few different odd bits and bobs, you know, just this and that. And it just sort of threw me a little bit. This is green gold, and I was, as I say, I was going to do some chores and then never got around to them. So there we go. I think I'll do one down here too. Yeah, so I'm not quite. It's not like me to sort of be disorganised. Probably needed a to-do list. Cold grey 3. I really just want to work through every room of the house and give it a good clean. And do a little bit a day. Yesterday I did a little bit in the sitting room. Not all of it though, just a bit. I could do this one as well. I know we've now got a little cluster of silver, but you know, no one's going to go one silver, then one gold, then one silver, one gold. Or maybe I would. No, I wouldn't. I'd put my gold and silver in separate piles. Nicely organised, not all scattered about. I don't know. Messy dragons. I'm going to put a bit of gold just down there, just because, as I say, I don't think there would be red. You wouldn't be able to see the red really. I don't know what's going on here. Let's do this. Another bright colour. Orange. All my oranges are all in the wrong order. But we use this one. This is the dark cadmium orange. And if we do this, it'll just stand out more. There we go. Fade it to the top and then fade this one down. Like that. A little bit up for there. Now this is the bottom of this goblet, so we're not going to do anything there, but we do have a little coin here which I'm going to do in the green gold. Looks like the necklace is coming off it, but I guess it's down the side a bit. Now we've got a space here. I'm going to make this coin gold as well, and whatever that is. And then in this space there, I'm going to put a bit of silver, just so that it's a little bit different. Well, it's not silver, obviously it's grey, but you know what I mean. There, and a little bit there. Now here, I'm going to put a bit in there, and there. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to pretend it's a bit of a coin like that. I've got no idea. Okay, we've definitely got a coin, another coin under our crown. Going to go back to the green gold. Now, of course, if you wanted, you could do your coins in more than 2 colours. So you could do a coppery colour, a pewter colour, you know, all sorts. But it's just far simpler to keep it with just a couple of colours, I think. Which is why I am doing it this way. Back to our cold grey 3. There we go. Under there, whatever it is buried there, and one here like that. I think I'll do this one too. Up there. It's beginning to feel a bit less daunting as we're walking along, for me anyway. I hope for you as well. I'm going to pick this one to be silver, sorry, in the grey, and this one And then back to my green gold, and we'll do those gemstones in a minute. So this one here, and then here. I think that little tiny gap there, doing grey. There we go. Now I've got this plate, which this is the background of. I guess that might be really. I think I'm going to do that as if it's a queen though, because it could be something in front of the plate. And now we're sort of almost up to there, but we've just got these three. So let's have a change and do these three gemstones. We haven't got a red one yet, and I sort of was avoiding red because of our red lid, but I think we can do a red, this one, because it's not right against the lid. And I'm going to use the scarlet red, which is a lighter colour red. So here he is, scarlet red, and this one. So fade it up, the sun's come out. I think it might be okay. It's my eyes. Woo, it's bright. That one down from there, that one up from the corner, up from there, down from there. It's just a random, completely random choice. There we go. Yeah, the sun's gone again now. I thought it might not hang around. So up here, now what have we got? What are we doing? I quite fancy a blue again. We did this really dark blue. I know, let's do this sort of turquoisey, this one. This is the cobalt green. It's a nice sort of turquoisey colour. And we'll put it quite intensely here, and then fade it up, and then do a dark one there to fade down. Oh my goodness, brightness. Whoa. You can't see anything. It's brilliant. Hold on. Yeah. Wow. It's like an eraser sun. I don't know if it really showed up like that, like it did on the screen, but wow, it just looked like this whole bit was missing. Brilliant. Right, now this one, what should we do? I think we could go a manganese violet. Here we go. Just looking at the time because I'm really thirsty. I'm wondering whether to stop in a minute and just make a drink and get some slippers. Oh, we'll see. I'm not really telling you what I'm doing. It's not an exact science. And so I don't know if it matters that much exactly what I'm doing. But I am going to grab my black and do a little bit of black on these. So at the top here on this one, a bit there, very gently on this one so that it's not too dirty. There we go. Right, now there's a few areas here that are missing. Let me just point with my pencil. So here we have our crown and our back piece, and our crown and our back piece, and so it's just that bit that's, I'm just gonna put a bit, if this is green gold, by the way, I'll just show it to camera in case you got your sound muted. You won't be able to hear me anyway. So that's that one. I think we're done with this section. So we can come down here and do a little bit of this. Bit there. Bit here. Oh, my tootsies are cold. It's sunny, as you could see. Okay, we'll do a little bit of cold grey 3 in a few places, and then we'll do this one. That one and this behind in there, and there, and there. We'll make that one gold. And then we'll make this one silver. Yeah. Do this one. Maybe here. I'm still getting a bit carried away here with my coins. Having a bit of fun, just getting lots of them done. Black. Just heard a strange noise. Sort of. Oh, I know what it was. It was my what's it called? That's very useful. Inverter. My solar panel inverter. And the sunshine making it come on. Little bit in there. This one. And then this one. Got a bit carried away, haven't I? Just doing them all. It's been fun. Right, let's do this gemstone before we do any more. Now what colour? Wow, let's go dark. Let's grab this. This is the red violet. Really dark colour. A bit near to this is red. Oh, it doesn't matter. It occurs to me that if we try and separate out every colour so it's not next to something the same colour, it will look like that's exactly what we were trying to do, which we were. Anyway, right. Put that down there. Yeah, we're getting to the... I just stopped because I heard talking. It's just my son talking to himself. I'm grabbing the black. So I'm going to go down. That looks a bit weird. That's it. Now I've got a little gap in here. I'm just going to use the cold grey 3 for that. And then we're going to go back to this one. I'm going to go for green. Let's use the emerald green. Yeah, excuse me, my voice left me then. One of my boys is live streaming at the moment. So I was going to do some vacuuming, so I couldn't have while he was streaming. I might be able to have done the kitchen, but that's it. Okay, I'm going to grab the black, do a little bit of black. Really gently on this one because the colour is quite pale. There we go. And then this one above, where should we go? We could do a sort of fuchsia pink maybe. No, this is like purple pink, it will do. It's a bit more pastely, but I think we can make it work. Just fade it down to there. We've got a bit of gappage coming on in our chest. Now all the spaces that have got nothing in, I've done them all as gold or silver rather than gemstones. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not, but it's sort of where I'm going with it. So back to our green gold. I'm going to work around different shapes. I mean, you could make them quite dark, the gaps, but I'm okay with what I've done. But I'm just suggesting something a bit different just in case. So I'm doing these all the same way, so I hope you can sort of see if you wanted to copy what I'm doing. Just leaving the little white gaps here and there to look like it's catching the light. It's a bit of shine. I did another couple of pages in this book last night, getting close to finishing. It's very exciting. I have, of course, left myself the most complicated pictures until last. Well, not all of them are really complicated, but quite a few of them are, and tending to be the double page spreads and things like that. Actually, next week's planner page I did a couple of days ago in here, because it's from this book, which is quite interesting. Now I'm going to do a red for this one. We've got a lot of red going on up here, so I don't want to do it too close to this, but I think it'll be okay if I grab the deep red and just do this one here. From there, this one from the side, that from the top, and then this surface with a bit of a gap like that. I'm just grabbing the black just to do a little bit here and there. Now this one, I'm wondering whether to do that bit as if it's a really big thing. I'm going to do the main part first and then have a think. Let's grab a mauve for this one. Because if I don't really know what to do with this space. I'm having a think, but nothing's coming. The brain is blank. It's my son's fault. He was making me do the cryptic crossword with him at lunchtime. No, I think it'll look odd. I think I'll just leave it. I'll just do that little one to the side. We'll do a bit of black actually on it. Everything up a little bit. Yeah, this one here, we've got purple, red, probably a blue. I thought I used a blue earlier. I used the sort of turquoisey colour, didn't I, in the end? What should we use? Let's go cobalt blue greenish. I was using a set of pencils the other day and there were so many blues to choose from. I can't remember which set it was. It's not much help, is it? It's like telling you half a story. But yeah, I was like, wow, so many blues. I'm going to do this one. This is just about, you can just about see it still. I think I'm going to do the chrome oxide green fiery for the beads. Push it up a little bit. Well, it needs to be sharper. It's quite sharp anyway, but I don't feel it's quite sharp enough. I am contemplating while colouring these what to do about my background. Am I going to draw in some stone bricks? Am I just going to do some pastels? I have a feeling that you as my audience, or other people, not you because you've stuck with me, but other people might be getting a bit bored of this series, so if I make a long background video it might not be particularly popular, but I don't always try and do my videos for popularity. I obviously have a little look because it is important to know what you're liking and disliking, obviously, but you know, I try not to, I don't play into the algorithm, or I do a little bit with my titles, like it says short titles. I'm no good at short titles, you never get a short title out of me, but I'm going to use this deep cobalt green for the gemstone here. So it tells you to put numbers in your titles, which is easy. because I've got a part number, but I put it in numbers rather than words because that's what you're supposed to do. Apparently brackets are good, so I just use brackets and things like that. So I do a few little things, but it's not like mega playing into the algorithm or anything, really. And we're going to do the other items. I'm just going to come down a tad, make sure they're in shot. Is the top of that in shot? Can I see my finger? I don't know. Hang on. I'll come out the tiniest bit because I can't quite see that top bit of my screen because the camera's decided it's going to put a load of information on there which I can't read. Yay. But we'll start with this goblet here. I'm thinking I'm just going to go with a pewter. Now I used Paynes grey for my pewter. I think, did we do some pewter before? Not sure. Anyway, here we go. Oh, we've got a gemstone there. We'll get there. So Paynes grey. Now the inside bottom part here I think is going to be the darkest part of the whole goblet. I'm going to do that first, really dark like that, and then I figure it get lighter as we come up like this, and then there might be some sort of shine right on the edge like that. Once we white out that top part and the other things are done, hopefully it will look more like shine. But it's very it is a very dark pencil, so need to sort of make sure I'm feeding it along. There we go. Now these I feel are sticking out, so this bit a little bit darker. I'm going to work my way along and fade it. Work my way along and fade like that. And I want a bit of a shadow on the top of here, which I also need to fade a bit as we do the bit that looks like it's got a reflection. There we go. Now these I'm just going to do like this. I'm just going to fade it to the middle a bit. Then I'm going to deal with each one. Such a good technique. Anyway, we'll go for it. Bit there. Sort of swapping sides, we can sort of mark in the shadow. I think that's okay. Could have been better. Next time. So I want a light bit in the middle of the stem part here. Go. That stands out quite well, I think, from the other items because of it being a different shade, and we'll do the same with this crown. So we will use a bit of green gold probably, but what I'm going to do is make it look a little bit more coppery by starting with the burnt sienna, which I'm just going to sharpen up. So here it is, burnt sienna, and oh that's good. Did I leave the lead behind in the sharpener? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to just poke that out. Just poke that out with a pencil. Let's try that again, shall we? If that doesn't sharpen up this time, then I don't know. It's very unlike a Polychromos to break like that, isn't it? Let's have a look. It's coming. Now, although this crown is small, we do need to have a little look at the light and shade on it, in the sense that these are sitting behind this bit. So I think this is our darkest bit. Just fade it up a bit. Put a deep dark bit there and then sort of scumble up a little bit. And then I want it a little bit dark on these edges, not quite as dark as that. Same here, and a little bit of a line there. I'm going to make these jewels, I think, you know, gemstones, jewels. Now we're going to go for the burnt ochre, which again needs a sharpen. Could probably come in a bit closer, couldn't we? That's a bit more helpful. So here it is, the burnt ochre. And I'm going to finish these off at the back, so leave a little white bit at the tip if you can. And then bring this part in towards the middle a bit. I'm going to use the green gold as well in a minute. Like that. And then this part too now. That's it. Now the green gold, or maybe no, I'm not going to use the green gold. I'm going to use the light yellow ochre because it'll just be a slightly different tone to the green gold coins, hopefully. I am going to put a little bit of this over the top of here just to lighten and brighten a bit, and then here all over this and taking it almost to the middle, and the same here. So we want a little bit of paper, white paper, helping us to make it look shiny like that, and hopefully that's a different enough colour to stand out. It is, I think. And we need to do these little gemstones on here. I think they should all be the same colour. I actually want them to be green. I know we've done a lot of green, but that's fine. This is the phthalo green. Just going to give it a sharpen. And what should we do with these? Probably try and make them a little bit lighter in the middle, but they're small. There we go. Now we've got a goblet here. What should we do that one? I could do that sort of dark gold, I think. So I'm going to start with the burnt umber for this one. So on the stem to start with, you only want a little bit here because that's a very narrow space. Now these you could do as gems, but this one's got covered in a bit of colour from that, so I'm going to actually cover it in this like that, but I'm going to put a bit of shadow under those like that, and then here on the edge, and the same on this side. Now we can see how that gemstone is standing out, which means these are supposed to be three-dimensional, so put a bit of a shadow under each one, make it dark on those edge ones because that one is going to be faded a bit. This bit I want a little bit lighter, and this bit the dark bit like we did on our other goblet, but that's plenty. Now I'm going to go to quite a lot of a lighter colour. This is a brown ochre. Now it might be too much of a jump. I'm going to try it and see. I think I can pull it off, but you might want to do something maybe slightly darker. I think we can do it though. So going over this stem here, but bringing a little bit more colour in. You need to try and leave some space for a final colour if you can. It's a little bit tricky on these finer areas. You should be okay here. That's the way. Bring it in and then bring in this. Now this might be our final colour here, so we'll take it almost to the edge. Now we want a yellowish. I think I will do the green gold this time. And again, very careful on the stem because I still want some white. There's the tiniest bit left there. And then we thought it's best to go over what you've done already and then extend the colour a bit. It might dull down that edge a bit. You might want to then put a bit more darker colour back on top. It almost sounds a bit pointless, but it does change the colour somewhat. There we go. Now these teardrop shapes I'm quite tempted to do in the blue, but we've got blue, green, purple. We've got a lot of blues here. Pink. What have we got? Let's do an orange because that's blue. Shh, no one will notice. Orange glaze. Now with these, like other gemstones, I'm going to try and make them a little bit darker on the outside than in the middle. It's very hard to do with this orange, whether I'm even doing it, let alone you seeing the impact. Right, I've got this cup. I think I'm going to go for a silvery shade, but I'm going to go for a slightly darker grey, but not as dark as the Paynes grey. So I'm going to go for the Cold Grey 5, and I might do just this one colour on it, or I might do several. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go for a dark bit here, and then fade it up to the edge. I'm going to do it slowly. Just looking to make sure you can see. Sudden paranoia. Can they actually see what I'm doing? Yes, thank goodness. Just fade that up a bit. Now we've got this bit of a design on here, so we need to make sure we leave that. This bit I think lighter, because it's the sort of rim. It might catch the light a bit more, be darker underneath. So in here a little bit darker, but we want to fade it towards the middle. It's a little bit fiddly. I'm going to sharpen a bit. I want to get around those little circles and things. I can't decide whether it would be easier to put the gem colour in or not. I'm just going to persevere with my grey. I think it'll be fine. And just fade it out. And do the same on this side. Sort of fade it along to that sort of centre point. I think I could do with maybe being just a tad darker along here. There we go. And now under here, put a shadow there, then just fade it from the edge to the centre. Looks like a very tall base. Still not sure whether that is part of it or not, but I don't really know how else to do it. I'm going to put a few lines under here. I'm not going to put them under the round ones because I'm not confident I can make it look good. I think it would look better if it did have it. If it could be done neatly, but I just don't think I can, so I'm going to leave it like that. Now our gems, what should we do? Let's do a yeah, let's do this. This is, is this crimson? Yeah, I'm just going to sharpen it, the crimson. Crimson, can't speak. So these I'm just going to block in, the little circles. We'll put a dot of white on them after, it'll be easier than trying to leave a white bit. These I'm going to try and fade towards the middle. How successful I'm going to be, I do not know. Like that. Now, we have some beads up here. Let's do these next. I think that might work. But what colour's that? Yeah, I'm going to use the hooker's green. I was thinking something else, but I don't think it's going to work as well as I thought. So I'm going to use the hooker's green. Here we go. Hooker's green. I'm still trying to think, just checking you can see, what to do with this unicorn. And I can make the frame look silvery like I did with the candelabra, or maybe do it goldish. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Metallic, so that's shiny, but what about the picture? What can I do to make that look special? Yeah, could make it look like it was a mirror behind the unicorn, but that's quite hard, I think. Or I could make, sort of colour the unicorn in, he's got some stars, so could do those in a sort of metallic look, maybe as if it had been painted with metallic paint. I mean, I could use a metallic pen, but I really want to avoid doing that as I haven't done it anywhere else. You could, of course, use metallic, sparkly, pearlescent, anything paints and pens to make this page look really properly shiny, rather than what I'm doing, which is pretending it's shiny, if that makes sense. This chain is so small. I am going to just colour it in my cold grey 3, but I've got to sharpen it first. It's a teeny weeny chain. So cold grey, woo! Cold grey 3. I can't even really see each individual circle. Just going to do my best. Just got to colour it as if it's a line, and then this clasp, just fade up a bit. Now we have this sort of pearl and it's being held by something. I'm thinking, is this a silvery clasp? So I'm just going to put a bit of cold grey each end, a bit here and here, so it's got, looks like there's a bit of a shine. And the pearl, I'm actually going to do it in black. I'm going to do a black pearl just because it's easier than a white one. Not for any other reason. Now I'm going to colour over that shine mark because I can get a better, I know that I can get a better look if I do that, and I'll draw that back on with pen at the end, or at some point in time. This one I think we'll do the facing gold. It's the green gold. Now watch, I can hopefully make the watch quite easy. So dark line there, fade that up that way, fade that down that way, fade that down that way, that up that way, you've got a shiny watch face. I'm just going to put a little bit more on, make my gaps a bit smaller, a bit darker, there we go. And the rest I think should be in probably in silver, so that we've got a contrast. Maybe cold grey 5 for the ring around it. Now I think this is, we need to put our light and dark in the same place. So here's our darkest area. We need to just fade it to there, like it was on the rest, like that. And green gold. And put a little bit of white in each of these bits. It's really hard. I sharpen it up a bit. There we go. Now we have a few items left. This plate. What should we do? We could give it a sort of shine like on the watch face, or we could just, needs to be metallic. I'm trying to decide whether to do it gold or silver really. I think I'm going to do it gold, and I'm actually just going to use the green gold to start with and just sort of mark out where I want it dark and light. So I want this edge the darkest. I want a sort of dark edge all round anyway, like that, and here dark in there, and then sort of fade to a central part. Yeah, there, like that. And then I'm going to get the brown ochre and do a little bit, some darker bits on these edges. Just a few simple strokes of colour. that, and then I need my burnt umber, and I'm going to just emphasise the patterning on the plate. So I'm going to put a bit of shadow under there and under here, like that, a little bit there, maybe a bit just around some of these items as well. Oh, my nose is tickling. I thought I was going to sneeze, but I didn't. There we go. So there is a plate. Crown. Oh, we've got another diamond in there, like old gemstone. So I think our crown needs to be a silvery colour. Let's use a couple. Let's start with the cold grey 5 and then use the 3 as well. So we use the 5 here and sort of fade it along like that. Do the same here. Just put a bit of extra underneath our bits and pieces. Fade that to there. There we go, a bit under there. And then get the cold grey 3 to finish it with. We're just taking this towards the centre, like that, and then we need to do these little gemstones. I think we'll keep them all the same colour. I fancy doing a red. Let's do this one. This is the middle cadmium red. It's quite a deep dark red. Again, you can try and keep the centre a little bit lighter, but it's such a small area. I'm thinking it's not going to be too long until Johanna's new book is out. I'll definitely be finished this one by then. I know that for sure. Right, the shield. I've decided to do a blue background with gold stars. That's just what I feel like I want to do. I'm going to take the helio blue reddish and do the background. Let's sharpen that a bit. I haven't quite decided on the colour for the gemstone, which is why I'm doing this first. It might jump out at me once I've got these other colours down. Now I need to do the stars in, I'm thinking if we do the outside of the shield also in a metallic look, then it would understand why they've used it. I'm taking it as part of their treasure because I feel like it's all got to be shiny, although we're not in Pika's house, but I feel like treasure should be precious, shiny. So I'm thinking we could do this as a sort of silvery look on the outside, and maybe the stars. Do the stars in a gold, or whether I want to do them in a silver as well. We've got a silver crown right here, so we don't want silver stars, do we? And even that goes into there. Maybe but then there's gold there. So I know, let's do gold stars and a silvery frame edge. I don't know what you call that. It's not frame really, because it's not picture. There we go. So, what did we say? I've completely forgotten. Gold stars, green gold. But what I'm going to try and do is leave a little gap in the middle. Make them look like they might be a little bit shiny. Just the smallest gap. It's trying to get it looking like I've left the gap on purpose and not just mist colouring it. Can be a bit tricky. So it needs to be barely visible. There we go. I'm okay with that. And then the silver outside. I'm going to use this light one, the Cold Grey 3, because I think it will stand out better against this. I'm going to make all the corners more intense and let the shiny bit be in between. I don't know whether anything would ever shine like this, but mine does. There we go. Now we've got two, I've got a very itchy eye. Got two gemstones left here and here. I think we need a really dark green, but we don't have one that we haven't used. Oh, we have. Let's use the pine green, that's really dark. I think it'll work. I'm sure I've used it already for gems. Was I reading some tips the other day on colouring? It said move the book, not your hand. So yeah, totally agree with that, but never ever do it. Now, this one here I'm going to do in the light cadmium red. It's quite an orangey colour. I think it'll stand out quite well. Is that a bit of the frame or the... I think that's the gemstone. Dither, dither. Don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Right. Time for a quick observe. There's a gap there. Trusted green gold can fill in the gap. Yeah. These gaps I think are wall. I think we can see through to a wall there. Right, time for a white pen. I'll move my pencils out of the way a bit because I need to come out a tad so you can see everything. You need to be able to see the edge of that necklace and the top of the trunk. There we go. Right. Jelly roll 8. Let's go. Right. Hope my eyes don't give in now. Now I haven't marked a lot of the items with my black pencil towards the end. To be honest, I just completely forgot. They may not need it, but once I've whitened them, I'll be able to have a look and assess them and decide. I think I'm going to do some stuff at the top, the higher up stuff, so we want some shine on our beads. It makes such a difference. A little dash of white here and there. Suddenly you go from something bead-like to look more gem-like. Here, these are teeny. I'm trying my best. I've got a big shine mark here, which was drawn on. I'll go over it. Now we have been going around the edge of most, oh, it's my elbow, of most of our metal, so I think we'll go around these. It takes quite a while, but I think it can be worth it depending on what you're colouring. And once you start, you can't stop. Or is that just Pringles? Oh no, that's once you pop, you can't stop. No, I'm not sponsored by Pringles. My kids would be thrilled. Lifetime supply of Pringles. Yes, please. My son always says, what is a lifetime supply? How often would you have one? Well, it depends what it is, really, doesn't it? Pringles? They usually have 1 can a year if they're lucky. But I suspect most people have more. But I try and restrict it a bit. Well, I think there's nothing wrong with having them occasionally. They are highly processed food, so it's just keeping it to a minimum, really. Ideally, you can't avoid processed food completely very easily. Well, you can't avoid processed food really at all unless you just eat fruit off the tree and don't chew it, because chewing is processing. But these beads were done last time. This is a good way of being able to notice if you've missed any, because you're going around everywhere looking at it all in detail. So it's another reason why it's quite worthwhile. What was I looking at this morning? That was so interesting. Oh, Castell have got a new academy where they do training courses. They've made it available as a beta to some people. I don't know how they chose the people, and I do often get sent. They're sent their new items for review, like their harmonious pencils and stuff. So whether that's why I've got sent this, and I'm an affiliate for them, so it might be that. But it was free for me. But I don't know whether they're going to start charging for other people. But the first course is a drawing course. Now, drawing is not my forte. It's not something I want to know how to do. But I was signed up for the course anyway because there's quite a bit on shading, which I thought, whether you're using a coloured pencil or a graphite pencil, is still lots to learn. So I thought that would be useful. So, but I've been watching the graphite pencil bit. I've only watched the very beginning, but when they did the introduction to the tutors, there was a second tutor who wasn't doing this particular course, who's going to be doing a coloured pencil course, so that's good. I mean, I don't know what sort of whether it's aimed at beginners or not, but I think there's always something to learn, you know, from somebody else. Whenever I watch a colouring video, you know, I usually learn things from other people, so I'm sure, you know, whether you're a beginner or not, you know, there'll be something to pick up. So that was quite exciting. I don't know whether I should be telling you this. Didn't say it was a secret. But as I said, I don't think they're available yet to everyone, as they're just in beta. So I think they're sort of getting us to test them, and I've only watched a little bit, so it could be that there's something that needs correcting before it goes publicly available or on sale or whatever. But if they charged, I wouldn't be doing the pencil drawing one. But as it was free, why not have a little look? You know, and it was set up a bit like a what's it called? I can't think of the name of the free online courses that you can do on all sorts of subjects. It's Elance. Why don't I say Elance? I don't think that. No, that's completely wrong. That's a no, not that at all. No, it's gone. Anyway, so there's a community area where you can just sort of put a little hello in and get a little message. I got a message. It was just like encouraging you to do a little intro, and I did a little one saying, you know, I like adult colouring and I want to learn more about shading. And the tutor responded right away, almost right away, saying welcome, and your like sessions, later sessions, was it 6 to 8 or something, I can't remember, because I'll be doing some shading stuff there, so that might be helpful to you type thing. And other people had sort of written little intros as well. Oh, my telephone's ringing. My son got it for me in the end, but I did go out and check, and he said, it was a suspected spam call, so I hung up. I was like, okay, let's hope it was. Probably. Anyway, if it's important, I'll call back. I think I might go around the edge of these stars because I think it will just make it look a little bit more shiny. How messy is that? Very. You can answer if you want. Yeah, I was telling you about the course, so we'll see what it's like. And they say they want a review, which is perfectly fine. It might be like a private review survey type thing, or it might be a proper review, I don't know. But usually with Castle, if you give a review of one of their items, they give you a discount of something, of anything, you know, sort of 10% discount, whatever it was. I can't remember, or a voucher. As I say, I can't remember what it was now that I got, but I've got all of their stuff. I'm lucky. They send me their stuff, so you know, stuff. Oh, I had a drink. I feel better now. There was some water in the other room. Would have made sense to have brought it in, but you know, we're nearly done with this particular bit. This is going to take 3 years to go around all these. I don't normally go around the beads, but because I've gone around the other gems on the crown, no, there we go. I feel like I should do that one too. Goodness, if you had a treasure chest like this, what would you do with all the stuff? Would you keep it? Would you sell it? I think I'd sell it. What would you do with it? What's the point of it all sitting in a chest? Oh, yeah, if you're going to make it into jewellery, or wear the jewellery, or use the goblets, just keep it sitting in a chest. It's a bit of a waste. The money and go on holiday. I was talking to the boys about holiday this morning, saying my one son said he likes going on holiday and he finds it relaxing, and the other one says it doesn't make any difference really. But because they live with us, we take them with us. A lot of people say, "Oh, leave them behind." It's like, no, can't leave my one son anyway because he's got a medical thing going on. Need to make sure he takes his medication and stuff. Also need to make sure they leave the house. Things like that. I'd been left alone for a while by their age, but I don't know if girls are more capable, but we were absolutely fine. But actually I remember the first weekend my parents left us, my mum asked her sister to come and check on us. she phoned us or something. Can't remember. But that makes sense. I think you would the first time, wouldn't you? But anyway, I'm not in a rush to leave them. See what's there we go. Okay, there. These little coins. There's a lot, isn't there? Now you might want to do 2 layers of white in some areas, but I think I'm probably happy with just the one. Oh, we've got to do this. Need to do this first, or else I'll smudge it, won't I? Getting too excited. Carried away. I might be going a bit fast, but this isn't, you don't need to copy me, it's just lined all around the outside, apart from this necklace, which, excuse me, a little bit on each bead until we get to the gemstone. Then go over the lines. I think I'm nearly done. It's been quite a long video. I was going to leave that until the next video, but I just felt I wanted the completeness of getting it done, if you know what I mean. But there, let's see, can you see? Yeah, so there is that. I've got blurred vision now. Oh, I'm going to go and get a coffee, I think. But there isn't a lot left. I'm sure we'll finish it in the next video, to be honest. And I've had a think about my background, and I think I know what I'm going to do. But I might change my mind before the next session. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have a really super day, and happy colouring.